Started, bro.
We're live on YouTube, guys. What's up?
What up, yo's?
Yo, sup?
And on Twitch, for those on
Y'all's
there.
Twitch. I mean, whoever playing video games and watching this, that's dope. I've been hearing a lot of people watching.
Twitch has gone beyond
Oh,
video
shit,
games
it's
now,
dope.
man. I be
No, I'm
watching.
talking about like just in general watching while they're doing shit around the house or doing something. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Yeah, it's dope. We appreciate their
We,
support.
we got fans out here, people.
Yeah.
I just want to quit because we got. Like,
So today
you know
is
what I'm
Sports
saying?
Waves.
It's the beginning. You know what I'm
And we
saying?
gotta talk about
And
sports.
I'm just envisioning
and-
like 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? We still here. Mauricio got more beard on his face.
He's probably gonna have like 3
And
kids,
Byron's-
bro.
and Byron's balls drop by then.
Balls drop.
And Manny shaved his beard and has a couple kids himself. I think,
The opposite effect. So my beard goes to Maury.
yeah. And then my hair goes gray. I'm just kidding. Nah.
And then you finally grow a beard.
Nah, it's coming, man.
That lock you've been wanting.
It's coming. Usually, I heard that for some, it just doesn't come in the 20s. It comes in the
Yeah,
30s.
no, I know one of my dad's friends. He said he
Comes in
didn't
30s.
until he was 34. He got the lock,
Right. I mean,
and he gets it like really clean, bro.
I got the goatee coming in already, so I mean, that's really what I always kind of really liked and went for.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen the Snapchats and the Instagram filters that provide illusion.
The illusion of what it
And
would
the
look like.
illusions they're very tempting.
Mm.
Let me just say. But I'm glad at least
You-
I have
you're
a
like,
full,
mm.
I'm glad at least I have a full hairline, a full
No
set
receding?
of hair.
No receding
Um,
hairline.
You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So
Mm.
it's, I got a baby face still, but it's all good, man.
All right, question. If you look at someone like, while they're young, like, can you already tell, like, oh, this person's going to lose their hair? Since
No.
you deal with hair?
Not really. I mean,
No?
if you're really just looking at their scalp, yeah, but other than that, no.
Just
Just-
random question that came into my head.
Well, yeah,
Someone that's
man.
getting older and is not losing their hair is CR7. So tell me about him, Manny.
Oh, it's about
This guy doesn't like our pace,
That was
bro.
a good transition.
This guy was like, F your conversation. Talk about sports.
Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about. So tell me about Ronaldo.
Well,
bro.
then
How
you
did
talk
this
about it,
weekend?
bro. We're just checking in with our people, man. Trying to show some appreciation and be like, yo, we human beings
Well,
just like y'all.
I'm basing it off of what you just said. Someone that's getting older,
God.
but clearly his hair is still going there. His legs
I
are
mean,
still
but
there.
that
So
don't.
tell me
that's
about
what
it,
we were
Manny.
saying. That don't matter about your age.
Yeah, so tell me about it, Manny.
bro.
How's
If you spend millions of dollars into your body, it don't matter.
Whoa. That
what did
might-
Ronaldo do for his team, for your team, bro? Come on, bro. It's your team, dog. Show some
Alright.
enthusiasm, man.
Show some-
Whoa.
Damn, bro.
Whoa.
This was just hits after hits,
I
bro.
don't
He
know.
doesn't even want to let me talk,
I
bro.
don't know
I've been
what's
wanting
going-
to talk,
I
but
don't know what's
like,
going on.
damn,
All
bro.
I was
I don't
hearing
know
was
what
about,
kind of-
like,
I don't know what
being
kind of
able to
enthusiasm-
analyze
someone's
I
hair, bro,
What kind
like-
of
I'm just trying to
enthusiasm
see
does
what's
he
up, man.
want?
I don't know.
People want to know,
You
bro.
need to yell.
Sports Wave, not.
Yeah, oh, I need to yell.
I think he needs you to.
Oh,
yell.
Not hair
oh,
waves.
oh.
Yeah.
Or I need to lift up my voice
Yeah,
and be like,
man. So
hey,
this,
so today about soccer.
Ronaldo did this in today's sports. Give it back to Manny.
Oh, man.
Bundesliga.
Nah,
Some
we're not going to talk
Liga.
about the Bundesliga, bro.
All right.
We're going to talk about the Premier League, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, so all I
Alright.
know is that his mom was in the stands.
Yeah, she was in the stands. Even the owners were in the stands as well. The Glacier family was there.
Oh,
For those of you that don't know,
I don't know.
the Americans, which is the Glacier family that owns the Tampa Buccaneers, also owns Man United.
So they're not American, or they're American.
No, they're American.
Interesting.
So they were also there. The Glacier family was there to watch them. The interesting thing is, prior to acquiring him and getting him, the way they sold it to the family in order to get them to invest into the team was telling them that if they got Ronaldo, it was like getting Tom Brady. To break it down to them, since they're American and they don't know the soccer world.
Right.
So it was interesting that breakdown had to happen, and they got him, and he was debuting in front of them. I was excited. I literally went to sleep early the previous day just to be awake early to watch the game. The game started at 7 a.m. on
Damn.
Saturday, and I watched it with my pops while we were eating breakfast.
What'd you eat?
We had chocolate chip pancakes.
I've never had that before.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's what we had for breakfast that day. And we watched the game. My dad, since he's a huge soccer fanatic, he was breaking down the tactics and everything on the game. Me, I was just being a fanboy at that moment. Just Ronaldo coming back to the team that developed him and made him into the player that he is. As part of his journey. Um, and also like seeing the little several effects he's already had on the team. Today, Lee Grant, which is one of the goalkeepers for Man United, he's like the third option, came out and said how on Friday, when they were having a lunch as a team, Ronaldo got himself all the healthy options,
Oh yeah, I seen that
and
today.
no one on the team
They didn't know
wanted
they
to
didn't know
get
what it was.
they didn't want to get dessert because he wasn't getting any of the
Oh,
desserts.
the brownie.
The brownies, any of the cupcakes, any of that stuff that they put for them out there, with just the desserts, they didn't want to get any of that, and it's like wow, like that's how much effect and how much of an idol this guy is to all these players. They're already starting to mimic the way he's eating,
The impact.
So that's the impact, in that sense, to them. I mean, and it was a fantastic game. I mean, it was a scare. You have the first goal that comes in. Ronaldo scores the first goal. You have the scare of them tying the game. But Ronaldo then beautiful second goal. Great run
he
from.
almost had a hat trick.
Yeah, he could have. He had a brace though.
He had a brace on.
No. So when they score 2 goals, it's called the brace.
What does that mean?
That they scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to score a hat trick?
He almost, but it didn't happen. There was one opportunity, that clear opportunity where he could have scored a third one, but he didn't.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. So, the second goal was amazing. Great run by Luke Shaw. Able to see the play, and Ronaldo does a great finishing. Third goal comes from Bruno Fernandes. Defense doesn't cover him. He does it like a free kick. Really good goal. And then you have Jesse Lingard's goal at the end as he was subbed on, for the final minutes. Overall, fantastic, in the sense that they're focusing more on offense than, so much on defending. So, they have so many attacking options that you're seeing that.
Right.
The midfield is still a little weak for me, but we'll see, how the coach manages with so many attacking options that he has, how, he carries the team and what he does, to fill in those holes. So, yeah, no, I'm very happy that he's there. You're already seeing an impact because, in my opinion, even in my dad's opinion when we're watching the game, he's like, if Ronaldo isn't there, I don't think they would have won that game just because they didn't. He made a lot of difference, just his presence of being there to create those opportunities. So yeah, and Arsenal, another news, Arsenal, which is a team I don't root for, but they're kind of like the butt of the joke for the Premier League. They had lost their first 3 games. They were already in the last position of the table, and this week finally. They won their first 3 points. They ascended from 20th to 16th place. We'll see, if they actually survive the season. A lot of people, are thinking they might be regulated for the first time. That club has never been regulated since the establishment of the Premier League. So we'll see what ends up happening. The other thing, keeping it back to CR7, is that Juventus is on the losing streak. They lost this week.
So the Brown effect?
Yeah, it's the effect that he left. Now they got to rediscover how to play without him. They also have a lot of injuries, so a lot of their starters aren't playing right now, and they're already doing pretty bad. So that's another thing. Let's see how Juventus bounces back. Then also Real Madrid finally unveiled their new stadium. They through COVID, they did a whole reconstruction of the whole stadium. So now it's like having a brand new stadium. They actually played for the first time at home this a Sunday, and they actually won that game 5-2 versus Celta Vigo. And they're also their new signing, Camavinga, ended up scoring a goal in that game. So that's good for that kid in his debut. And then we also got the Champions League, man. Champions League is back. We're
Does
gonna
Barcelona
see
play
it.
a German team, right?
Yeah, they're playing Bayern Munich.
Nice.
Yeah, so Champions League tomorrow and Wednesday. So good games, exciting for what's gonna happen. I'm wishing good luck to Man U. They have a pretty easy squad to face. We'll see how they do with that. And then the other thing that came out today with the FIFA ratings, as anybody that follows FIFA or watches soccer, will know that every year by the end of September we get the FIFA game that gets released, and FIFA ratings came out today. And I mean, I'm surprised that they decided to give Lewandowski a 92 and Ronaldo
You get like a
a
90.
91.
Oh, 90.
So he's literally top 3 according to the FIFA
Messi
game.
got 93, right?
Messi got 93,
He got
which
the highest.
yeah, he's got the highest rating in the game.
Because he eats the best, but he doesn't have to publicize it. I mean, when you're the best, you don't gotta publicize.
Nah,
you don't gotta
bro.
publicize each
Messi,
move, you feel me?
Messi has been getting that rating for like all these years, and I'm just like, dude. For me, I feel like Ronaldo's still, for the age he's at,
What
bro.
is he, 36?
Yeah, he's about to be 37. For the
old-
age
he's
he's at, he's.
He's an old man. In
I
the
still
soccer
I
league.
feel like he's better than Lewandowski, bro.
Of
But
course. But,
that's just me. I prefer them being top 2. That's
Yeah.
just me.
This is just putting a chip on his shoulder,
Yeah.
because he doesn't like that Messi's, 2 points better.
Well, I don't think he cares so much about the Messi thing, but I feel
I
like
think
it's
he cares, bro.
he's more disrespected
He's-
that
I
they
feel
would
like
put.
You don't think he's always gonna have that thing where it's been him and Messi?
Well, it's always been the friendly rivalry
That's
between
what-
them.
I mean, and
You
that's
know?
why. So I feel like it's
But
not,
it-
it's
but
not
it-
gonna be like an emphasis.
but
that he
here's the
cares,
other
but it's
thing,
just
right?
Like, damn, like a chip. Like I
You
gotta
put
ball out this
you
season.
put
so that they put me up
Lewandowski
higher.
ahead of him. Like he's not even in the top 2 conversation. You get me? He's in the top 3 conversation. You
Yeah,
put you
like-
put a player.
like the best. Like
You
the
put
great-
Lewandowski literally below Messi.
I'm gonna quote the
Like,
the best,
really?
I'm gonna quote the best NASCAR driver ever, Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. So that's all I gotta say about CR7.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, Messi's
It's a
the
long
GOAT.
season, bro. Those ratings.
What do you feel about this, Mauricio?
The ratings could change.
Ratings.
Hey, nah, bro. He just like yelling at us,
I
bro.
know,
He-
right? Like, hey, bro,
Yeah, hey, bro, change the subject.
After seeing
Yeah.
Ronaldo's performance in the first game,
I need some
it's-
energy.
For sure, it's gonna change, and then we'll see how they do in Champions League for sure.
For sure.
And it's gonna change, bro. Without a doubt, we all know that. So that's something like
For
we
the
shouldn't
better or
give
the
these
worse, though?
ratings too much of
For
a
the
weight.
better or
Well,
the
these are
worse?
the initial ratings,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is but here, like, there's
Damn,
someone
I
in
got
that
some breaking
company
news, guys.
that thinks that,
Some breaking news. Former 49ers and Saints LB Priors Harrelson dies at 37 via ESPN. I wonder what happened.
for sure, but that's
Sucks.
condolences
Rest
to
in
that
peace,
family
man.
for sure.
It's just crazy it happened during
Sports
Podcast.
wave. Definitely.
But in other news we had some crazy upcoming UFC events.
Tell us about him, Maury.
There
You
is.
know?
Yeah, Mauricio.
Give us some
No, 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 no,
enthusiasm.
Hold on. Before we even go to the events, Mauricio, what do you think about the commentary, the backs and forth with Khabib and Jose Aldo?
I think what Jose Aldo was said was very valid.
Very valid, right?
Very, very valid.
I concur.
This guy
Which
has
is,
been
can you give us a synopsis of what he said, bro?
Jose
Or what's the
Aldo-
back and forth
First
going
of
on
all,
with
Jose
Khabib?
Aldo's been a champion. Was a champion.
Two
of the featherweight.
division, yes.
No, actually one division.
Didn't he? Yeah, he defended it in two.
No, it was one division. He was in a champion for the
I
WEC.
think in the thing I tagged you, and it said he had two title defenses in that. Maybe it was in a different organization, but
No, so I'm trying to explain that he was the featherweight champion WEC, but the UFC consumed WEC, so that's why you could say he was a champion in two organizations, but the WEC just basically became the UFC. So he had like a 12-year reign where he was just
He was
defending
killing.
that title until Conor McGregor knocked him out in 13 seconds. And what Khabib was saying is that you only have one peak, and you can only peak once in your career and get to the championship once, and that's it. And then that's basically what Khabib was saying to him about him, and he was also referring to his loss to Petr Yan and how badly he lost to that one. But something that Jose Aldo said was basically that a part of fighting is losing, and Khabib didn't stick around enough as a champion to really find out what it was gonna be like to be the best in the world and all that. So for him to say these things, that's where Jose's taking it offensive. He's like, I've never had a problem with Khabib, but he's coming after.
He's coming. He's saying. He's just saying. He keeps putting his word. His keeps bringing up his name because he feels like this guy can't have a second coming. You know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair. And then basically Jose Aldo was saying that he's gonna keep questioning himself since he retired so early on if he really is the best in the world and whatnot. And
Well, yeah, that's what I would always mention before. That it's like you go out on top and you never had those what if questions are always gonna be in your head. Like you're gonna be like,
I mean, let's take it to what BJ Penn said a couple because this is something else that Khabib said. He said that he was a number one lightweight in history, and that number two was BJ Penn. And BJ Penn said the reason that he was number one was because he also went up in weight.
right,
BJ
he
Penn
went to
was,
heavyweight.
BJ Penn was one of the ones that actually won not simultaneous, but won champions in two different divisions at one point.
Nah,
And
he was the shit at one point.
Yeah,
in like
BJ Penn was the shit. But I'm just saying, like
2008.
he said that the reason why he was able to go up
Jiu-jitsu
was jiu-jitsu, yeah, because
he was good on his back. He could fight bigger guys on his back and shit.
The
and
reason that it
that's
was
what the whole
because
jiu-jitsu it's about, like being able to leverage the size of your opponent
Yep.
against them. So it's just crazy to see Khabib. You know, he's retired, but he has a lot to say right now. And to me, it's like keep the same energy because when you were fighting, you weren't as vocal. The guy that got you out of your comfort zone was Conor, and after that, you know, you were very like respectful and everything. But now you're really trying to. To me, he's like shitting on other vets that. You know, you gotta put some respect on everybody
way,
that
of course.
paved way for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know you went out on top, but it's also you have to look at like. Sometimes I also think about the caliber of fighters on his way up. They weren't the same type of fighter calibers before. You know, like
yeah.
you know, or he got a lot of these
Well,
guys.
the
on
fight
their
game has
decline.
changed so much,
Right.
You know, in the current years, that the new fighters coming in have way more skill,
Right.
You know, back in the day, it's like you know there was fighters who were just skilled in one thing,
and he just dominated.
and then
them.
they dominated in that, and then there was fighters that started coming in where it's like, oh no, we're skilled in two arts, and now most of them come in with skills in so many arts, so it's a different game.
Right. It's crazy. So what about these events coming up in the UFC, Mauricio? That we got? I think we got.
Right now we have Anthony Smith coming up and fighting. He'll be fighting up against Ryan Spann, up and coming light heavyweight. One thing I like about watching Anthony Smith fight, he's gonna leave it all on the line. So I'm looking forward to a great main event here against Ryan Spann. Besides that, we have Joaquin Buckley that's coming up on the earlier on that card, and he was one of them. Just like the other guy that we've been talking about, Kevin Holland, just made a kind of a quick up and coming thing and some noise within his division. And
Kevin Holland knocked the way he knocked out Swaza or what's his name,
Yeah.
the Brazilian dude,
Jacare's,
and he knocked him out on his knees, swinging back from like it was just a crazy knockout.
Yeah.
And I think that, and Dana always said that he was willing to fight when on the call. So the fact that he was doing that and then he would take the opportunities and have good fights. The only thing that his last fight against Brunson, he needs to get his ground and pound and his ground game better. He needs to be able to fight.
Well, we saw it twice technically.
Right, his
That
jiu-jitsu.
he can't fight
his
on the
jiu-jitsu
ground.
needs to get better, because if he's a lankier fighter, but he's not as meaty. Pause.
He needs to
So
go to
he-
Dagestan, bro.
He needs to get that ground and pound elevated so that he can start standing. Because I fuck with Kevin Holland. He's a dope fighter.
And really, what it is, man, is
What is
I
it,
don't
Mauricio?
think
What
that
is
they
it?
have to
What
switch
really
up
is
their
it?
Yeah, I
style
know.
of fighting.
You tell us, bro. You're the insider.
No,
They have to go learn
that
another
fool.
style specifically. All they have to really do is learn how to defend against that style. Just like Israel, dude. Israel, for me, I respect the hell out of Israel Adesanya because he had to go through hell
That's
in a
Israel,
sense
though,
to
bro.
get to where he's at. But still, he had to fight probably some of the best wrestlers in the UFC to
Yes,
get to
but
that point.
but it's crazy how easy he made it seem.
But it's
against
because he's
some of these
practiced at
guys.
it. He's that takedown defense. He's really practiced at it. He's not grounding and pounding his opponents. He's not
It's
submitting
just
his opponents.
you say
all
all-
he's doing
you say
is
that,
he's really learning how to defend the takedown.
but this is where I give him respect too, but this is the only thing where I say he has room to improve, and I would have to criticize. This is because when he went up in weight and he couldn't.
That's
withstand-
up in weight, bro.
know,
But
yeah,
he
but
that's
needs
what
to
I'm
gain
saying.
weight for that.
That's
you-
gonna happen for sure.
to,
Because
to me, it's like
took,
you should
it
have
took him
you
going
should have
up in weight
prepared
for that to happen.
You should have prepared yourself further. Because there's other guys like you said, PJ Penn has done this. Like all these other dudes that have done 2 weight division champions, but you have to do it the right way. And I feel like the way Izzy did this last one, it was kind of rushed. It wasn't prepared enough for him to take the opportunity and really,
Yeah.
I
make
think
the
it was
best of it.
calculated, and the reason I say that
I
is
don't think it was
because
calculated enough
the
because
thing-
just
the
the
reason I
game
said it was-
plan. Have you watched the fight recently again? I
The
saw the fight
reason-
and I was like, damn,
So
bro.
the reason I say that it's calculated is because I don't think he wants to compromise himself. Because what happens with a lot, especially at that difference of weight, you're talking going about from 185 to 215. It's easier said when you're talking about someone like
Right,
Amanda Nunes
but-
that's 135 to
so
145.
what was calculated about it? If
The
you shoulda-
calculation about it is that you're gonna compromise yourself if you want to come down back to 185. You might have a
so
horrible
then don't even
performance
go up
defending
if
your
you're not
title.
ready then.
Well, he tried it, bro, and he came up short. But
He already
Did
said
he-
that was his only fight
it-
that he's gonna do there.
it
did he
ke-
did he
but
did
it
he
came up
get did he
short
get knocked
really
out? Did he
bad.
get submitted? Did he get grounded and pounded like to the point
Bro,
where
he
nah,
got
he went
beat up.
5 rounds, and it
He got-
happens. But at
He
the end
got
of the
beat
day,
up,
bro.
Like,
You're talking like this guy was bleeding profusely,
Nah,
oh,
man.
he got
bro.
beat up, bro. Did
Like-
you see Jan's face and then his
he
face?
he even like
He was fine.
One thing that he
bro.
did
Bro,
well was when
busted,
he was
bro.
on
He'd
the
never
floor,
been
he-
grounded and pounded
he
like
controlled
that before.
Jan's hands a lot to the point
Yeah,
where
but
he
he was
didn't
still
have to
getting
get
punched up.
he didn't get punched up like to the point. Like that's the
I
funny
just
thing
saw
is
the
that
fight a few days
the
ago,
funny
bro.
thing
He was
is
getting
that
grounded and pounded.
do you know which fight Adesanya's taking the most damage in?
No, which one?
Against Kevin Gastelum, which was in his division for the interim title.
Yeah, because that he was trying to bang, but this one he was getting like
But that's my point. My point
he
is
was
that
being
didn't-
dropped,
he-
taken, and then like
he didn't
the
take
dude
that,
was
that type of damage. That's why to me it's like that's why I feel like he took that.
Gastelum got
that
some
fight
more heavy.
calculated
To me,
because
is
if he would have compromised himself and went up all that weight, and then wasn't even gonna defend the title and then come back down, he was gonna compromise himself coming back down. Because he's already, I don't think he even cuts that much weight to go to 185. He's basically right there where he has to be at.
so what is he compromising then?
You're gonna put on weight, then you have to cut that weight.
Okay, so
That's
then
you're
you,
compromising yourself to have it and then
but
defend your
you
185
do it
title.
in a timely manner. So that's why I'm asking you. Where's the calculation? To me, it's like to be more
Look how
calculated.
fast
all
he
right,
fought
you
right
had your
after
point,
that.
bro. Let me say my point.
After
Let me
he
say
fought-
my
he
point.
defended
Let me say
against
my
Marvin
point. You
Vettori
just
pretty
had the
quickly.
floor. Let me say my
Hey,
point.
he has energy, bro.
The fact that the calculation in my assumption is you take more time off to build yourself up to go fight that light heavyweight, and then if once you lost whatever the outcome is, if you
But
need to come back, hold up,
it-
let me finish.
no,
if
no,
you
but-
need to defend you come and you take another 6 to 8 months off to get your body right back.
You know what
That's
yeah,
the
the
same
but that
calculation is?
see, that's the thing is that
That's if you want to
you're-
do it the right way.
no. But see, you're
'Cause people
talking.
don't just jump into
You gotta
it, bro.
remember that there's scheduling, bro, and that it all depends on how it's scheduled.
Right, and you don't.
And that's not up
but
to
it
you
all-
as a
it
fighter all the
is because
time.
if you're the champ, you are accepting these fights.
Yeah, but Dana's
So-
gonna want like, oh, I want this fight here.
Dana has wanted Conor to fight. Conor didn't fight. Dana wanted John Jones to fight. They're not fighting, bro. What are you talking about? Just because he's the guy doesn't mean you have to fight. At the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna put your name.
you still gotta fulfill the contract.
Exactly, but it's on your terms also. You have rights as a fighter, and that's why John Jones hasn't fought yet because the contract's there. But Nick, what's that other dude that's about to fight Robbie Lawler? The contract's been there. They even had to do a new one because he didn't want to do what they said. They told him, like the contracts are always meant to be broken, bro. That's why you haven't heard of that saying.
I've heard of that.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's there because you can write a contract up, but
But you
that
have
doesn't
you have
mean
to
that
find
people are gonna
a legal
obligate-
way to get out of it. Yeah.
But in this sense, it's not about John Jones or Conor not wanting to fight. It's just that they want it to be more on their terms. So that's why.
But
to me,
here's
it's
the
like
thing:
more
the pressure is
calculation.
if you're talking about being a fighter in two divisions, right?
It's been
and
done before though.
It has been, but not at those weights. And you know that's true.
I-
Not
I
at
mean,
those weights.
I would have to fact check it. I'm not.
Nah, it's
I'm
true,
not
man.
Google.
To go to there
Not at
hasn't been
those
a
weights,
middleweight
bro.
and light heavyweight champion. 'Cause
Not
it's a
at those
big-
weights.
Even a welterweight and middleweight champion, there hasn't been.
It's been done before in other weight classes.
In other weight
that
classes.
are 10-pound.
But yeah, exactly. It's a 10-pound difference. This is
Daniel
not a
Cormier was
10-pound
able to do
difference.
it
So
because
who-
he was
John Jones is doing it. Look how much time he's taking off.
But
though.
he already said he's not going back to lightweight, bro. he's going. I mean,
To
yeah,
light
he's going to
heavyweight.
heavy.
Yeah, he's
so.
not gonna go. Yeah,
He's not going back
Yeah.
to light heavyweight. Same thing with Daniel Cormier. Once he went to light heavyweight, once he went to heavyweight, he wasn't going to go back down.
Yeah, but that fool was
Yeah.
already that old, bro. I'm talking about like
He-
Izzy is how
but you
old
know
right
that
now?
originally
28?
And
he
if you're
was-
bringing up the John
How old-
Jones,
you
you're
know
gonna
how
tell
old
me
is
he's
he?
gonna wait. He's
you
gonna
guys
lose
know
all
originally
that, bro.
Daniel Cormier was a heavyweight, and
From
when he
the
came
jump.
to UFC, he went down to light heavyweight.
Right. I know that, but I'm talking about the age. That in that sense, how old is Izzy?
So I believe
28.
he's going into 30s.
So it's like you probably have a couple more years that if you want to be if you want to be goated. I mean, he's still gonna be goated.
He's
He's
still
still
be
gonna be
goated in
goated
his
at
division,
his
bro.
division, right? But to me, it's
Yeah.
like that's a little stain that you put on yourself if you weren't ready for it
I
yet.
don't think so.
Yes,
man. He
bro,
took-
because
Nah.
you should
Bro,
have
at that
never
point-
done
At
it.
that point, he had cleared everybody out in his division. He took that fight going up. What
He
did
was
ha-
bored,
What was
bro.
he gonna? What was he gonna lose?
That was literally
what
boredom.
was he gonna
Gonna
lose
lose,
going up and
you
fighting for that
lost.
title?
That's what you-
No, but that's boredom, bro. I mean, you've already gone through everybody in your division. Like, who can you face?
yeah. At this
You just
point,
kind of wanted a new challenge. He was just bored, bro. That's all there is
yeah,
to
and
that.
honestly, what I see what you mean, Enzo, is true. Like if he wanted to go up, he would have done it properly. But you run the
do it-
risk.
He
you
did
run
it
the
too
risk
fast,
of
in my
also-
opinion. That's what I'm saying.
You run
If
the
you're
risk
saying
of
it's
getting
calculated,
you run the
do it
risk
in
of
a
getting
better way.
your title stripped because you're holding up the division too. So
Yeah,
I think
it
he
is
took
a-
it at the right time and he did and like yeah he didn't win, but at the same time like it would have sucked to see Izzy go there and like his confidence really get shocked because he got there and he went there got submitted or Jan knocked him the hell out. Like there's a point that those kicks
Bro.
that Izzy was throwing to Jan was affecting him as well. And that's why Jan went after the takedown way more because he's like, if I let this food chew up my leg, it's gonna be a wrap.
He chewed it up and he still had the power to take him down though. Because the leg was red, bro. Like
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
telling you, I just saw the fight recently and it's just to me reassessing it and rewatching it recently and I'm like, it was probably like 2 months prior he had fought his other fight, right? The defense, one of the defenses against Paulo Costa or some shit like that. Maybe 2 months, 3 months. And to me, it's like, bro, you should have just, bro, even when you saw the fight, I remember you telling me, damn, he should have put a little bit more weight on. Just because it was so easy.
He came in at
to
his
take him
walking
down.
weight. That's why. He
It
didn't
w-
gain anything above his walking weight.
I don't remember what he weighed in at that, but
He
it was
weighed
like-
he
he
weighed
was
in at
taking-
185,
he was-
186.
he was
really
taken
didn't go
down
that
too
much.
easily. And then this was 215 though, right? Or 200?
Yeah, I mean 215 or 205 better said is the limit.
Right, he was 205, so it was like,
But
damn.
then when you rehydrate, he's most likely at 220, 225.
So what am I saying? He just, I mean, like I said, I'm rephrasing what you told
He's-
me around
he's
that time.
bigger.
No,
bro.
but he weighs in at 205, so Jan is cutting weight while Izzy is not cutting any weight.
So
And so if I'm
He
looking
didn't
at
cut
right
weight. He
so-
literally went at the weight he
here,
walks
so if I'm
at.
looking at right here, okay, he beats Paulo Costa September 26th.
Put it
We're
on the
getting
screen.
almost a year close to when he did that. Then he fights Jan in March of this year, 6th. He fought 4 months, or not even 4 months,
3 months.
April, May, and June. 3 months.
Like I said,
After
was
that.
3
So
months.
that's what I'm saying.
It was just to me, like I said, if I'm being a calculated coach or anything, I'm gonna say like, yo, let's do it 6 months, and build it up. But like, I don't know about what other things were on the line or whatever. You know, who knows? I'm not Dana, but it's something that I feel like Izzy could have been.
So you
He
said he
coulda
should have
took-
taken 6 months from when after he
S-
fought Costa.
Yeah, to
Well,
get
that
ready.
was actually 6 months from September to March is 6 months.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
So then, who was the fight? Because then, so where's those 3 months that you're talking about?
The 3 months after he fight, he goes back down and defends his title against Marvin Vittori.
And then he fought Jan.
No.
No.
He fights Costa in September of last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He waits 6 months. They fought against Jan in
Right,
March of this
but-
year.
Yeah.
3 months later after that in
But
June.
Then he
my
fights Vittori.
initial
Defends against
my
that.
initial
And
statement.
if I feel like if
hold
he
on,
would have
my
if he would
initial
have taken
statement
more
was
time,
was 6 months to a year to get prepared for that. He just took no,
bro,
you
you're
just
gonna
look-
get
I've-
stripped of your middleweight
No,
title at that point.
I mean,
Yeah.
not really.
Yes,
or,
you will.
Yeah,
Yes,
not,
you
not
will.
Holding
stripped.
a-
Not
you're-
stripped. They'll do interim. That's what they always do, bro. What are you talking about?
but if you're talking
What are you
about 6
talking about?
months,
They always do
okay,
interim.
bro, you're talking about 6
What is the
months,
interim title
6
for
months
then?
to a year, right? 6 months to a year.
You're holding up the division.
Then after
It's
that,
still-
you have to
it's
still
been
come
done.
back
There's
down and
always
get
interims,
used to your
bro.
weight. How much more
John
time?
Jones.
How much time are you gonna
He
take?
got stripped finally because
How
he
much
was
time are you gonna take to get
he
back
was
down to your weight, though? Is my question.
Being stripped usually comes from you fucking breaking rules. It doesn't come from you holding up with the division. They're just gonna do an interim. What are you
It
guys
actually
talking about?
does, though, Enzo.
When? Like I said, that's what they don't really strip you. They do an interim belt.
So why didn't they do an interim belt when Connor wants to go fight? They actually stripped him, and then
He
and
was
then-
fucking up, making the UFC look bad. He was punching old man. What are you talking about?
When
Like,
after he fought Mayweather,
that's why it makes sense. Where like if you're
I
a
think
champion,
actually
you
right
gotta,
before he fought Mayweather, they stripped him. Actually,
but he was causing
and
bullshit,
they actually did
bro.
make a Tony. They actually did make an interim title. That's when Tony Ferguson became a champion. I think. as
Right,
well.
that's what I'm saying. They do interims for a reason
But
because
he still got
shit
stripped of his
happens.
title. So that,
but I feel like
that
he,
belt
his,
never got unified. That's why Conor ever always makes the argument that nobody ever really took my title from me, but the UFC. I'm just saying that. And with Israel, you're talking about 6 months to a year. Then the fight happens. Then how much time
like
does he
if
wait?
he would have
How
fought,
much time does he
if
wait
would've
after that?
fought-
After that,
If he would have fought, what's his name around this time? Because he said he fought him this year in March.
Vittori, yes,
No, when did he fight?
he fought Jan last year in September.
If he would have fought this fool, Jan around this time, I think it would have been a better.
But that's my question.
But then
Okay.
you
And
hold
after-
up Vittori from fighting his fight.
And then and then how much time do you wait from your fight at light heavyweight to then go down? How much time? Another 6 months to a year?
Yeah, then you got to cut everything that
Yeah,
you just
dog.
gained.
If I want to do it the right way, fuck yeah,
Yeah, so that's what I'm
'Cause-
saying.
'cause-
you run the risk of that happening though.
yeah. But like I
'Cause they
said,
will-
the
they will make an
UFC
interim
does
title,
interims for a reason.
But
like,
at some point they're gonna
because
be like, we need to
especially if you're like a
but at some
star,
point they're
bro.
gonna say
Like
we need to
Izzy,
unify these titles.
Izzy has potential to be a star. That you know what I mean. He just the he's box office, but that's why with this is sometimes losses. They do you good, but I mean like it's part of the sport. But I feel like he was that good to where he could have done it where he would have been stainless in the UFC
Alright.
because he's lost in other shit, But that's just that.
All right.
What are the-
Tell us about that coach, Maury.
Well, before we get there, we gotta talk about the upcoming UFC events. We didn't get that. All we had time to talk about was about Izzy went back that way. But after that, we're gonna have the pay-per-view guys with Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. And I want to know real quick, who do you guys think will win that featherweight title?
Oh, I don't know, man. The last time I saw Ortega, I wasn't really impressed. Who did he beat last time?
He beat the Korean Zombie.
Yeah,
in
who
impression fashion, actually.
who did he lose before him?
Max Holloway.
Yeah, I don't know. Korean Zombie after he got knocked out by Rodriguez, that shit was a savage knockout.
That
I don't-
shit
he
was
ha-
a last-minute
he hasn't been the same ever since. But I don't know. You think you've seen enough from Ortega to be like he can beat Alexander?
I think so.
I'll tell you, he's a better trainer than Volkanovski.
What form? What type of win is it gonna be?
I see this type of win for him for sure. I think it goes to his roots, and I think he gets a submission.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ortega's better on the ground.
Yeah. And I think when he ran into Max Holloway, he really his previous fight against Frankie Edgar gave him a confidence that he thought he had hands like that since he knocked Frankie Edgar out. And Max Holloway is just gonna show you another a different type of thing. And the
Feels
fact
like-
that Brian Ortega never really even went for a takedown or anything like that, it really makes me question on how he went into that fight against Max Holloway. Had it got into his head that he can possibly knock someone out with the hands. Because if you rewatch that fight, he was just down to just trade with Max Holloway. And against Alexander, I'm not gonna say he doesn't have good striking, but I think that Ortega's gonna mix stuff up this time around. I mean, now you had a championship fight, now you see the mistakes you made, and kind of like the post that I saw today, like your biggest teacher is your last mistake. So that's what I see for Ortega, and you're going up against someone that had 2 close fights up against a former champion. And then you have someone that's hungry I see Ortega coming out and getting that victory, and new, like they say. And then for the women's flyweight division, Valentina and Still, of course, against Lauren Murphy. What do you guys think about Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler?
I don't know. I think Nick Diaz took a lot of time off.
Well, I mean, part of it was a marijuana suspension
Yeah, but
that got cleared out. I mean, maybe like a year ago.
the UFC's changed a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That got cleared out last year.
No,
So
I'm
he had
talking
been
about-
suspended for that
I'm
long.
talking about the style of fighting and
Oh.
how it's elevated to when he was more of a scrapper back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's gonna have to do a lot more of scrapping than to beat Robbie Lawler. But it's Robbie Lawler. It's a guy that likes to scrap, so it might be just the UFC trying to give us a scrapping match.
Are you aware that they have fought before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be the fact that the UFC just wants to give us a good old fashioned scrap match.
Have you seen that fight?
I have, but it's been a while.
So if you see that fight, I mean, something that Robbie Lawler, um, that you see and that they've said a lot is that Robbie Lawler doesn't like to warm up before a fight,
Mm-hmm.
so he goes in there pretty cold.
Right.
And Nick
So it takes
Diaz
him a
was just
while
walking
to-
him down
right,
and
right.
everything, and
Mhm.
was slapping him, talking all this shit to him. And like you see the beginning of the fight, he's like they're like, you know how they're both on each other's corner.
Mm-hmm.
This fool Nick Diaz is like, "What, motherfucker? What? Stockton, bitch!" And he's like, Robbie's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like, you know. So I think it's also a mental factor that Nick plays. I don't know how that's gonna be this time around because it has been a while, but I'm pretty sure you just put Nick Diaz in an octagon, he's gonna act out for sure. You know, that's where that came from Nate and all that stuff. So I think it's gonna be, like you said, an entertaining scrap for sure. Before that, we have the heavyweight Curtis Blade versus Rosina Rosenstrike. What do you guys expect for that?
Rosinho versus
Two guys that have been
Rosenstrike.
knocked out viciously by Francis Ngannou.
I think
One of them has been knocked
I
out by
think
him
Ra-
twice.
I think Razorblade got it.
Yeah, and if that happens, I think it's gonna be a ground and pound. Yeah, so we got that pretty much for UFC. We got Jessica Andrade, former flyweight. She was actually the strawweight title holder.
Wasn't that fight supposed to happen earlier?
Which one?
Andrade.
She's fighting against Cynthia Calvillo. She's fighting someone else. She already lost against Valentina. Was it earlier this year? Whenever Masvidal got knocked out, it was that same card,
Right.
pretty much. Yeah. Oh, and Dan Hooker's fighting on that card, so we'll see how that goes. As well as Marlon Moraes. But yeah, guys, we're also right here watching in front of us some NFL
Raiders.
football, and it's the beginning of this new commentary that they have with the Manning brothers. And I like to say that they took this from Joe Rogan's Fight Companion because that's exactly what they're doing. They're talking about the game, but at the same time they'll talk about other stuff, and they're not going play by play, you know. So, what do you guys think about this style of sports? Would you watch an NBA game with just like,
If it was Kobe, yeah.
yeah,
Rest in peace.
that's it? That's the only person you would want to see them talk?
I mean, who else? Michael
What if it
Jordan?
was like Jordan talking like with Magic
Johnson
or
and-
something like
yeah,
that?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but it was like it got to be.
It gotta be what?
What happened to my mic?
What it gotta be like?
¿Qué pasó con estos?
Gotta be like what?
It got to be like a goat, like legendary guys. Like,
What if it's Shaq?
yeah, that type of caliber.
Cause Shaq knows how to talk. So if you had Shaq and who else would you put there? Like, what's another player that has a personality?
Charles Barkley.
Kevin Garnett. Nah, I would put Kevin Garnett. Charles Barkley's annoying at this point. I got him over it.
How do you like this new first take thing?
What about Worthy? James Worthy.
Keep him with
Cal.
yeah, keep him with where he's supposed to be at Spectrum Sportsnet. But first take,
That type of format. Like,
I saw what you sent us, Manny, with when he went on the
how 97?
yeah, and he spoke about how he's been telling them that he wanted Max off the show for like years now.
Yeah.
The last 3 years.
I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he
And then
basically
even asked Max, and Max was not agreeing about it.
Yeah, he basically the original intent was just to have him for 3 years. That was the original thing. But you know, they went 5 years instead.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I can see what Steven is saying.
He wanted to keep it fresh.
But I don't think bringing in these two other guys that they have right now are keeping it fresh.
Who? Tim Tebow and
Nah,
Yeah.
it's
Ir-
trash,
what's
bro.
his name? Michael
Michael
Irvin.
It's trash, bro.
Yeah, I don't like that.
First take
per
is
se.
trash right now.
To be honest, I think they should really do. I don't think they should keep them as like the regulars. I think they should.
Well, right now they're just trying them. They're
Right.
just
I think that
rotating
should
and
be
trying.
a rotation thing. But I would say Stephen A. Smith. Who's another good analyst that you guys say can be a good counterpart to
It's
Stephen A.?
really hard because
It is because he's so groomed and so polished in
Yeah.
speech, and
But it's not just that. It's
he's
also,
eloquent and
It's
He's
also-
got you gotta have a personality, bro.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What
it's-
kind
of-
But that's the
Like-
thing. There's a lot of people that have personalities that I can name, but the reason why they'll fall through the cracks is just because I feel like Stephen A. has a good variety when it comes to sports. You know what I mean? He's so involved in different things at this point.
but sometimes like in UFC they put him on, but he don't even know it, bro. boxing too. They just like I feel like they put him on there. Even they give him the Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel one of these days because he's so well spoken, bro.
Yeah.
And that's one of his best qualities. If you saw that Hot 97 interview, he speaks how he wants a late night talk show one day.
See, but even that
and
first
that's what
time
he's
they had
going
him
after.
on that UFC, I remember it was when
He did
Conor,
well. I'm not
it was
saying
whenever Conor fought against Cowboy,
right.
and he made that analysis that Cowboy just didn't look like he was into it and all that stuff. And then that's when Joe Rogan took offense to it, but
Yeah.
He was
then,
right.
Then he
and
was
then
right
they made
because
they made fun of him for doing those weak ass punches or weird punches from the bottom.
yeah, and then afterwards, even Cowboy says how
How he's he talking about it.
he really walked into that out of it, like how the media and all that stuff had drained him. How his
it was a
mental-
lot. It was a lot
yeah,
of
and
this
so
Conor
Stephen
fight.
A
You're
was-
like
Stephen A
he was on
made a
point.
accurate analysis, yeah, and people just weren't liking it because. Yeah,
'Cause-
he's a guy that's coming out from without of the sport within it, but you know he still has an analytic factor to it, and that's what I mean. Like
But that's the
there was a
thing.
lot of shit that Max Kellerman would say that people didn't like. But you know what's funny? There was one thing that I saw on that video that you sent us. I was looking at the comments, and I basically saw that the reason why Stephen A. Smith was mad was because
he had the black culture on the side.
yeah, because
A lot of people-
culture
the
was
black
on Max
culture
Kellerman's
was-
side. But it was just after a specific moment. I don't know when it was exactly, but they're talking about
You
after
could
this
YouTube
moment.
it actually. Where you could. It says it's on YouTube. Where it says this is where the black culture. Just put Max Kellerman when he got the black side or the black or when the culture.
They say in the
um,
comments. But yeah, you were saying.
Because I saw a video like that when they put the like this is when he won him over, but then there's another one too when like he did some stuff like saying the last game on the line, who am I taking? Iguodala. And then that was like a dumb analysis because I mean I get where he was coming from because he's a Finals MVP and all that, but you're putting come on, you got
Nah,
Kobe
and
Bryant.
honestly, at the
you
same time though, before Kevin Durant got to the Warriors, bro, he was ass in the finals. I'm talking about Steph Curry. He was just straight up ass.
Yes, and that's why he's saying that.
So
But
play the video.
no, we gotta find it first.
Is that the first
Is
one?
that the first one? I think it
Let me
might be the
just see-
first
let
one
me
with
just see
the
where-
when he has the
let me
thing
just
on
see
his
where-
head.
Well, yeah, that's why. That's what it looked like, but he chose another one. Go back.
No, he's looking for
Okay,
the
yeah.
comment.
T.O. came on and said that Max Kellerman was
He-
blacker
he-
than
yeah,
Stephen A.
exactly. But it was because okay, Stephen A. has sometimes said some stuff that he's very anti-culture and more establishment, so it makes him sound very CON to the black culture. And I am only saying that because I'm in a barbershop and a lot of my clients are African American and they don't like how he speaks about certain social issues, you know.
And give a speech to the media without taking any questions, any inquiry as
Can
to
our
what's
listeners
really
hear this?
going
Yes, they
on.
can.
Okay,
You
good.
are leaving others to surmise what the hell happened.
Can I
and I
answer
don't
that
think
real
that's
quick?
fair.
Tio, do you mind if I jump in, Tio?
Yes, before you do that, but
Go ahead,
what
go.
I wanted is transparency, Stephen A. And that's like I've
This is
done
Tara
it. I've
Owens
had
says Max
incidents
Kellerman is
throughout the course
blacker
of
than
my
Stephen A.
career.
Smith on YouTube.
And then there have been times where I've gone into interviews where I've done an hour and a half, 2 hours of an interview, and then they break down and they edit, and then you guys get on the show, and there's a panel of people, and then they break down whatever clips that they show. They're not showing the entire hour and a half or 2 hours of that interview that I've
Correct.
done.
Correct.
So what he wanted was transparency for people to see the full workout, to see the full Colin Kaepernick. Again, you mentioned obviously Max is going to get in here, and like I said, I'm in the streets. Max almost seems blacker than you, Stephen A.
That's what I said in the barbershop.
With
It's
what
the
he
same shit.
with he's
Tommy.
coming,
Tommy,
you know,
go ahead,
with
Stephen
his.
A.
Oh,
He
Stephen
didn't
A.
like that.
looks
Look at his
mad,
face. Look
bro.
at his face.
I'm just saying,
Tommy,
dog.
wait a minute. Wait to finish.
I'm just saying.
I'm going to check you right now. You don't cross
I'm
the line.
just saying.
You don't cross the line.
First of all,
And look at
Like I
Max.
said,
He does.
you,
He takes that on
Colin
his chest
Kaepernick,
like
Eric Reed,
Like,
any
I got
of
the
y'all
pass right
that
now.
want to debate
I just
me in
got-
front of black people and talk about what's best for black people. Name the time and place. I'll show up.
Max
I don't
Kellerman
wanna
was
hear,
like,
what's
"That's my
the
quarterback."
definition of blackness? Is there a definitive definition of blackness? Why are you giving the impression that because I don't march lockstep with every single thing that Colin Kaepernick wants. Okay, excuse me. Hold on,
And
wait a
I'm
minute.
not agreeing.
Wait a minute.
I'm not
Hold
agreeing
on,
with
Tia,
everything.
Okay, so you can clearly hear how Stephen A. Smith got bothered off
He
to
got
that.
offended by that. And
Really
then
budged.
how long ago was this? When was this statement made?
2019, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
That was back when.
So that
'cause
was
they're
their
talking-
4th year.
So they were talking about basically whenever.
Can you look up that
Colin
workout?
Kaepernick-
That workout that
That
kinda-
was whenever he made that open
Oh,
workout, and then
right.
he said
Let's
that
look up that up so we can see when
it
was
in
the time.
2019.
Was it?
Yeah. It was before COVID. I remember.
Yeah, it was before COVID. Right?
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Before COVID. So
So that was their basically
that's
their
3
four-
years because he said it was gonna be a 3-year with max, and it extended to 5. That's what he said in the interview.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
and when this is
2016.
the fifth
This
year.
is the fifth
technically.
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Crazy.
So
yeah.
he's like, we went
Because
up
2016 is where Skip Bayless ends up leaving.
because right because we've seen a lot of. I mean, I don't know if you guys, but once you sent me that video, bro, and I did read the comments, and then I started seeing the like other stuff that they were speaking on, and I personally feel like it's like the 48 laws of power. You never outshine the master,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And in that sense, somebody shed light onto Max that outshined the master. And he
Yeah.
didn't like that. And, you know, Max, I
He's
mean,
he's
Stephen
kind
A.
of
is a face
awkward
of-
in the
Stephen
new
A.
show he's in though.
Stephen A. Smith is, because the way he got the show is not the way it was supposed to, I feel like. So he
Yeah.
feels it's out of place. It hasn't sunk in. And then especially just feel, because you hear about how 97 really asked Stephen A. Smith like these questions about how do you feel that it seemed like you didn't want to talk when he left the air and you were getting your nose fixed and
Yeah,
all this going on.
for
that
the
it-
sleep
it ju-
apnea.
yeah, it just seemed very like
Like,
calculated,
yeah.
like I'm gonna let him go while I'm doing this and I don't have to show up and show my face. So then the fact that he came back and still followed up,
The
and then-
only person that really cared for him was Molly.
and then he dropped a bomb and said, yeah, I had say in if he was gonna stay with us. And
Mhm.
like that's like imagine it's like me talking with Mauricio, and me and Mauricio have the power to drop you guys, or you guys have the power to drop me without my knowledge. You know what I mean? You guys are just already talking about this, and then you guys already came about like, yeah, man, Enzo's not gonna work out anymore. Like, let me just, and then Mauricio.
keep it
Our
fresh.
new host is coming in right now.
And then Mauricio just breaks the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
news, and then I look at him like, and then he's like, bro, but I got you another podcast. Like, you can still come record your own podcast.
Yeah.
Like, don't trip, we got you. Like, and I'm just like, I'm gonna look
Welcome
at
to
him
Olas with Enzo.
I'm gonna be like, eat a dick. I'm taking all my clients with me. I'm just kidding, nah, but that's the type of
Yeah,
shit.
no, I
Imagine,
get
so
your- I
imagine
get
Max on his
yours.
new show and being like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
bro, like I had a sick ass opportunity, and
And
this
the other
man-
thing too was that they were number one all those 5 years.
right? And then the thing that sucks to me is like, do you think that Max can really feel like this is a racial thing at that point, where it's like it's because I'm white?
Maybe. It can be.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
Mhm.
reverse racism in a sense, where it's
Yeah.
like now that because Stephen A. is the face of ESPN.
Yeah.
So with that he yields so much power and authority and say so, and they listen to him clearly, bro.
Mhm.
Because Skip Bayless started the First Take show.
Yeah. And he took over
exactly, but it's because
because Skip
he's-
Bayless needed a new co-host.
But you have to understand Stephen A. Smith's background, and he's from Columbia University, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, I know.
Like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
The dude has the degrees.
The network in that within itself is that it reaches very far in any type of business and every type of field. So imagine the connection he has to pull, and who
Mhm.
knows if the owners of ESPN went to Columbia also or whatever. Like we need to look into that type of stuff too, because that has a lot to say with why he has so much power. Like, come on, it's like I said, it's like me. I didn't start
well,
the
he
show.
has his own show.
It's like I didn't start this show. My
the
brother.
the fact that he has his own show, he has Stephen A.
Well, Bob
A.
Iger
World
went to
Smith.
Ithaca College, by the way.
Okay, is he the owner of ESPN?
He's not the owner, but he's the chairman.
Okay,
He's the chairman of Disney, which is oversees all this other
but I know he's very friendly with Stephen A. Smith, because
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith has said his name a lot. Like,
Bro, but like I
that's his
said,
boss
he
man
has
and-
his show, Stephen A. World.
right?
He also pops out in Sports Center once in a while. He pops in on other shows once in a while,
I mean, Sports
So-
Center was his original thing, though.
Yeah, I know that. But that's what I'm saying is that he pops out like that shows you how much influence. There's other hosts that you never see in other shows because they're not that, that's not what they are. But he's a guy that can, come in and pop into any of them and,
Well, it's just
cover
like
up.
I said, he's so well versed that it's like he holds his own very well.
But you know what
even-
it is though, Enzo. If you look in that interview, you see all he's aspiring for next
Yes,
to have
I
his
told
own
you,
to have his own late night show.
Yeah, that's
He's
what I was
already,
saying.
he's on Jimmy Kimmel, but he wants to have his own. He's talking about in
He
the
wants
next
to-
5
yeah.
years. That's gonna be it. Like,
Right. He still said he's still gonna have his sports shows and stuff. He just wants his own late
night talk
you know what I'm
show.
saying? And he's gonna get
I wonder
it.
how that's gonna be. Like, how would he change? Like, will we see a difference, Stephen A.
Because
Smith?
no, I don't think so.
Will like we see him cuss?
I-
Will we see him?
No, I think if he's
you
gonna be a more
know,
funny guy.
you think so?
Yeah, because that's what that type of show it kind of.
And then who is he interviewing? Like, is he interviewing? Like people within the sports world, or is he interviewing celebrities, like
all types of actors, everything. It's gonna be all
like
types.
artists?
It's gonna be like a Jay Leno type of show. Less comedic, but more like he's gonna have a platform to speak his 2 cents and really say.
I mean, because those shows are even dying out.
Because but he's so well spoken that's why they even gave him a shot at Jimmy Kimmel, and then they even told him that they're gonna have him
start a
back.
YouTube one, bro. Seriously.
I mean, if he did that,
he name dropped FX and then Hulu as well.
he did say that. That's
I
gonna
could
be-
see that.
That's gonna be interesting.
I could see that. If he did a talk show host exclusively on Hulu, that would be a good one. It's just like talk show hosts, bro, are dying out though. Like when you're talking about Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Conan, what's another one? I think those are it right now.
I think Stephen A. would be a perfect person to revive it.
To
Like
revive what?
that genre is dying
To
out.
revive what?
That the whole late night thing, because I feel like Stephen A. Smith.
Like
is,
for me, one of my
these
favorite
guys that we're talking about are all
was-
holding back now because of their network, because of
But it's cancel culture
what
that's
they
doing
represent.
that.
Yeah,
though.
you
but
know,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
not just cancel culture. I mean,
bro, it's cancel culture. Ellen DeGeneres got cancel cultured on her.
The
And
reason
that's
I-
a daytime talk show host.
It's not just that. The reason what
Nah,
I want to
but-
bring up is like
Bro,
someone
she
like
was being so rude to her.
That's why.
That's why
but
she got
someone like-
canceled.
different.
but someone like Trevor Noah, for example, it's so like
But he's a
targeted towards the
comedian.
left type of thing, though.
But he's
But
a
that,
comedian.
that's not the Daily Show. I mean,
yeah, but that's look.
It's
so
a type of
But
show.
that's
and the
not a
reason
late night. That's not a
that's
late night.
why
though.
I sent you guys this
Yeah.
whole made in the '90s thing. And have you guys watched anything from the Vice things that I've been
I
sending?
haven't, bro.
You
I
guys need to
haven't-
watch that
haven't.
because it breaks down how all these shows have progressively like got to where we are at this point.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
understand the '90s, you will understand where we're headed in television and why television's dying out. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's why we even have a platform now. We got YouTube. And that's why I would say yes, Mauricio. I would urge Stephen A. Smith to start his own
Yeah,
YouTube
Yeah,
and do it that way so that
Mhm.
you take your power back.
yeah.
Now you don't have. It's kind of like what Paul Pierce said. Like, I don't need ESPN. I want to still say my
Straight
own
up.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I really like what
Or he
Ariel-
can do a Patreon.
Ariel
bro.
Hawani, that type
what
route.
Ariel Hawani
Yeah.
did, man. Like
You don't
he-
need the big conglomerate
Brand.
behind you. You can do it by yourself.
But then
Calculated, though.
the question would be, do they own his image? You know,
Who?
I think
Stephen A's.
I don't think that. I mean, they could probably. I think it's on a contract because he said he has a few years left on this contract with ESPN. He
okay.
said that on the Hot 97.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I don't know, man. Personally, I feel like they gotta get somebody on there to. It has to be a first take debate show like they've been had it. Like Skip Bayless started it. So I feel like, bro, go get somebody like Joe Rogan and do it with Joe Rogan. That'd be sick.
I don't think Joe Rogan would do it. He's not into sports like that.
What do you what? MMA?
He said it on his podcast thing that he does not watch basketball. He doesn't watch football.
I mean,
He
need-
said it, bro.
neither does Stephen A. Smith. Doesn't he has to watch it because it's his job. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that if
But you're
they
talking about
propose
the
that
school
to
for
Joe
it, bro. He
Rogan,
went to school to be a sportscaster, bro. Obviously, he watches
a
sports.
broadcaster, not a sports. You don't.
Sportscaster, bro. That's the name of it. Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, and then journalist and all that. And you have to watch all sports if you want to be in that. Thing.
Yeah,
It's
but
not-
like he's even said it. Like he's not something that he watches it because he gets paid to do
Well,
it. So that's what I'm
but
saying. So
it
if Joe
started
Rogan,
it started off
obviously,
from him
if Joe
liking
Rogan's
it, bro.
getting paid
You
to
had to
do
get to
this,
this point to
he's
do
gonna
that.
watch what he has to
Joe,
get paid
Joe
to
Rogan
do.
has talked about how he will never do it for a TV. Like
You know, you realize, you know
If
how
he
Joe
did
Rogan.
Fear Factor
You
at
know
one
when Joe
point,
Rogan started, he wasn't getting paid to do it.
to do what?
To
MMA?
to do the commentary for UFC. He was
Yeah,
literally
but that
getting
was
tickets
like
for it, bro.
way before, bro. Like,
But it's because you have a love for it.
look
and that's
what
what
the
I'm saying.
UFC was way
That's what I'm saying
before,
about
like-
Stephen A. Smith. He liked sports enough to be keeping up with him to guiding him to this point.
But you know he didn't do it for free, like when he got on ESPN, bro. Like it's ESPN.
No, but I'm saying that now obviously it pays him.
Maybe
but
when
there
maybe
was a
30
point-
years ago he was doing it for free when it was like he was the Columbia journalist for his university and his first gig after that. But you're not gonna go to Columbia and not get paid for what you're doing, bro. It's Columbia. That's an expensive like Ivy League school. Like, come on.
My point is that he watched sports before he got to ESPN. He didn't just start doing it because of his ESPN job. That's my point. But bro, that GUS football coach, I don't know if you guys saw that, but this guy was basically, I mean, from what it looks like, it's just his intensity as a coach. I don't know if it's really like him being harmful to his players.
That's football though. You guys haven't. It's not the first time that.
hey,
that
bro,
type of clip
soft
comes out.
culture now, bro.
That's why they're just being emphasized. but
Participation trophy.
This
bro.
has always happened.
What did he say? What did he do?
Nah, he was
Show.
like shoving and pushing his player right before. Let me just look up what it was called. GUS.
Disrespectful. Bro.
Mauricio wouldn't know about this because he quit his football team.
Disrespectful.
The disrespect Mauricio did that day.
He didn't want a participation trophy?
Exactly.
He said, "I'm gonna go baseball, make millions."
Well, actually, I played baseball before that, so
Was it?
yes.
He wanted guarantee money, bro. That's why.
He went soft.
He
Then went
didn't
hard, and then
want
went back
that.
soft.
He didn't want that partial guarantee and the rest is non-guaranteed. Like, nah. He wasn't about that life.
What the hell is that shit?
None
I
of
don't
the
think
videos
that's
have
the
it.
coach, bro.
Yeah, it was a coach. I saw it right now on ESPN right
So then
before.
put it on ESPN. Why are you looking at it?
Because I thought it would
He
bring it
put it on Twitter too, bro. I'm sure the video's on Twitter
Sure it is.
or on Reddit.
It should be on YouTube if it's on all those things.
Damn, man. That shit's crazy.
That's crazy.
All right, moving on. What's the next
Airdrop it real
one?
quick. I'm gonna airdrop it for y'all real quick.
No, you airdrop it to yourself, to the laptop, so you get uploaded. There it is. Yeah, this is he's doing it to a defensive back or a lineman too. This is like you gotta get these guys hype, bro. Look at that. Look, you see what he's doing? If you know football drills, that's a drill, bro.
No, I know. I'm not saying anything wrong about it. I'm
so
not saying.
I mean,
anything wrong about it. I just wanted to put it out there on Sports Wave. We're talking about waves right now.
Okay,
about
so
random
what's your
things that
wave
are-
about it?
That are making the things that are making headlines right
okay,
now.
so what's
bro.
the headline about
The
this?
intensity about this, the fired up. Everybody's excited that football is back, bro. I know this is college football, but this is intensity that
but
football
this
brings,
is-
right?
this-
Right, Byron?
This is exactly
Yeet,
what
yeet.
it is.
Right, Byron?
So why are we
Come on,
talking?
back me on Byron.
It's football season.
I don't know.
Why are we?
It's
Why
pretty normal.
are we talking about this?
I mean, I guess they're seeing the aggressiveness of
Man,
him
you should just
throwing the helmet.
intimidated by the aggressiveness of the throwing of the helmet.
Nah, bro. You
Yeah.
don't see the. You might see this
Or
in
it-
practice or behind the scenes, but you don't
Bro,
see
you
this
see this
during
in games, bro.
No, you
I-
don't, bro.
Bro, especially college, bro. I've seen this. If you watch Saturday football college games, right before they're coming out, there's a coach slapping them and doing all that shit, bro. What are you talking about? O line, D lines, all these have their own coaches and they do this to them, right? Because this is
It just be funny to hear that someone gets injured off of doing some shit.
and that
Well,
happens
that's the
too.
other. That's the
Yes.
other thing, bro.
If you're doing too much of that, yeah,
Yeah.
like all right, maybe
I
you
mean,
haven't
you
even
can cause a
stretched.
concussion to someone.
Nah, not like you could probably hurt your coach because you have the helmet, he doesn't. So I've seen. Look, there was one time where the dudes were headbutting, and the coach had got busted open because they were like getting him hype before the game, and they headbutted, and then that fool started bleeding. You can look that shit up on YouTube.
Bro, and honestly, off of them pushing each other, someone can he can pull something in.
It's
something
like
can happen.
it's like one time there was a back in the day I was watching a soccer game with my dad. I think it was Pachuca against Pumas, a Mexican soccer league, and this fool scores a goal and then he busted the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration.
And his legs weren't for it.
No, bro, when he landed his hamstring gave out on him, bro, straight to the ground, bro. And my dad starts laughing, bro. And he's like, este estaba crudo de la noche anterior. I was dying, bro, because he's probably right. You know how, like,
Yeah.
he scored a goal, but, like, you probably, like, had a long night. And your body was just,
jumping is a different
but
thing.
he jumped
bro.
hella high, bro, and he did the Cristiano Ronaldo
Yeah.
thing, bro. And then, like, he
That's what I'm
landed and
saying.
his
Jumping
hamstring
is
just
a
was, like,
different thing, bro. If your legs aren't ready for it, they're not ready for it, bro.
and then it's true, like, also, like, if you're due for an injury at that moment, you're just, that was all it took. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what sucks.
Definitely.
But
so tell me about Conor and MGK, Enzo.
So Conor was trying to spit at he was trying to get at Megan Fox. This is my assumption, don't quote me on it.
This is nasty, guys. Look at this shit. Bam.
Oh, to the umpire's head. In the side of, oh, see? That's a violent sport right there, bro.
Bro, I wonder if it broke his jaw or anything too.
Bro, that shit that shit bust, you know what it did to him? It busted Russell Westbrook when Russell Westbrook got a dent into his face. He got his cheekbone broken.
Oh shit.
That probably would happen to him because that's like a 90 mile per hour fastball going to your face.
So that was umpire getting hit during the Cardinals versus the Mets. Guys, just say
ouch, ouch. But yeah, but back to Machine Gun Kelly and Conor catching a fade almost. I gotta hit my boy up because I know Machine Gun Kelly's barber, and I gotta ask him what was up with that, what happened, because I know once I'll have the 401 on that soon. But that was very interesting. Apparently,
I mean,
Conor
the
and,
assumption is that Conor went
asked-
up to him and asked
asked for a
for a
photo.
photo. Machine Gun Kelly he didn't want to, and he hid his drink. And when Conor's drink
Mar-
fell, Conor picked up the rest of it and threw it on
Mauricio,
Machine
can
Gun Kelly.
you?
This is what Conor said
Mauricio,
earlier.
hold on, Mauricio, but before you do that, can you give it to me in Conor's voice, please?
Yeah, I only fight real fighters, you know, people that actually fight. I certainly don't fight these little Vanilla Ice white rappers. I don't even know the guy. Who the fuck is that motherfucker? I don't know anything about except that he's with Megan Fook.
Sick ass.
Your wife's in my DMs.
I love it.
Fool.
You do a great impression of Conor, my brother. I love it. Thank you for that.
Fool.
But what do you think about Vitor Belfort knocking out
Evan
Holyfield
Holyfield.
in the first round?
TRT
Ouch.
is all I'm gonna say.
Huh?
TRT.
Hmm?
TRT.
¿Qué dice eso?
TRT.
Clarification, please.
TRT.
Can you define that acronym?
Let me show you guys what I mean by TRT. TRT. Vitor.
What, steroids?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he
all I
said.
can hear. That's all I can think about when I see Vitor Belfort as TRT.
Yes.
He's from the OG UFC, man. That where they would encourage, and he was from Pride where they were encouraged. So I asked this is all I think
Mauricio,
about.
you take steroids, bro.
I should. Maybe I should. And when I see that look on his face, it's just the TRT look, you know.
Now he wants to offer $30 million to your boy. Then Anderson Silva knocked out Tito Ortiz.
That was
though.
what was
Yeah.
more impressive for me, if I'm just being honest. And
Was
and
it? I expected that though.
So
Tito Ortiz, bro.
Anderson Silva could have had a better career in boxing.
No, bro. Tito Ortiz has been done for years, bro.
Very, very true. Very,
Come
very
on, man. Like that's a dive. He not even a dive. He got paid, but he's just been done for years, dog. Like you know who beat the shit out of Tito Ortiz? Janet Jacobson. And I mean in the sense that she sucked so much life out of him
Bruh.
that he hasn't been the same guy ever since he
That's
stopped. Doing.
fucked up.
It's
All right.
true,
I know,
bro.
but it's just that.
It's just so,
at first I
dog,
was like, "Who are you talking about?" And then I was like, "Oh,
like that woman sucked so much like
Yeah.
fight out of that guy. Like
Bro,
he should. They should have not. If Tito Ortiz never would have dealt with that woman,
That's why
He
that's
wouldn't
why
be in this
Bible
card.
tells you, bro,
Hey,
that
watch-
women can reduce you to a loaf of bread.
yes.
So be careful who you get with.
Predica." So yeah, well, I was watching Ariel Juani's MMA Hour today, and he was talking to Jake Paul, and he said
Fuck
they asked him if he would fight Anderson Silva next, and basically what he references like, "Oh well, I respect Anderson so much that I wouldn't want what happened to Evander Holyfield, him being old and I knock him out." Shut the fuck up. That's all I had to say about
Talking
Jake
about
Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, that's what Jake Paul
Was a
was saying
douche.
today. Yeah, and then he was talking about how he wants to end his career being a champion, then just being able to say he did it, and that he's been fighting all his life. And I'm like, wait. Just the other day, you said you only been fighting 18 months. Now you've been fighting all your life.
No, remember he said he. How
He
many
filmed
did
the
he say? He
Burbs.
said like 2 years or what? And then
3
he
years, and then it went
Yeah,
to 18 months.
exactly.
Yes, that's what it was at first.
That's what
And
it
then
was.
that- and
And
the
then-
po-
and then
See,
one thing
but
that he
that's what
said-
happened. The Woodley punches got it. He got him all.
got
you
him
know,
dazed.
Got him a little dazed. He didn't know what he was saying that day.
He's like,
That was one thing that he said.
3
too.
years, 18 months. It's like what?
He was saying how like also that what's it called? What was they said? How him retiring was just a fluke, and that he was surprised at how many
Nah.
people got like freaked out about it.
Nah, bro, it wasn't a fluke,
But
bro.
like Byron said, he's a
That fool
douche.
was
He's a
contemplating that, bro. He was like, "Damn, do I really want to continue doing this?"
Pretty much, you know.
Because he doesn't need to put his body in that type of risk, bro. Like,
I don't think it's that either, bro. It's just because if you really think about it, bro.
he can
boxing-
make money doing something else.
Yes,
bro.
but boxing is a sport, and this is the easiest way he's making money. Because now you don't have to think about content you have to create. Now you just have to train to box and to make points. Not knock somebody out. You knocked out the guys you like as he gets greater, you're not gonna knock out the guys that you get face upon now because they're gonna get better. They're gonna put better fighters in front of you. So now
I'm
he's
gonna
just
keep
gonna
saying he wants to fight Canelo.
he's just gonna do like
My God,
like he's just gonna do
Canelo
like
would rock him, bro.
of course, but that's not gonna happen, bro.
He would walk through him, bro.
That's not gonna happen, bro. So
He
moving
should
on
not
to
fight a professional boxer, bro.
Los Lakers.
Actually, before we go there, we can go to NFL.
Okay.
Dun,
Oh,
Uh,
shit.
Byron, talk. None of us are gonna talk, bro.
dun,
This
dun,
is
dun,
your
dun,
time to
do the whole-
shine.
The whole segment.
What the fuck? We're all talking on this one.
Nah.
The Bucks beat the Cowgirls, and I'm happy about that because everybody hates the Cowgirls. I mean,
Let Byron talk.
Are they still them boys?
are they them boys? I think they're them girls. Byron don't want to talk, bro. So he's not even interjecting, bro.
It's not my team.
See, he's only gonna talk for his team. Come on, Byron, go ahead. Cerote.
It was a good game. I didn't
That's
see
it.
Which
That's your
game, motherfucker?
analysis?
Which
Bucks
game?
game.
NFL, motherfucker.
Come on, bro. You're supposed to be Booger McFarlane right now. Go.
Who's that?
The guy we were just watching.
Cerote.
Turn off his mic right now, please. Go.
I'm a 90s baby.
And you don't know who the fuck that is?
No.
All right, guys. So starting off with the Cowboys and Bucks game last week on Thursday night, the opening game of the season. The
Right,
ring
get the
ring
paso
day
soda.
for the NFL. I mean for the NFL, yeah, and for Tom Brady getting number 7.
Don't
Got
do
number
that again.
7.
This motherfucker over here.
So he got number 7,
grandpa
and now
from
he's
the fucking Family Guy show. And shit.
he had a kind of a bad game. Would you say, Byron? Because he threw a couple interceptions, you know, and
Who did?
but Brady actually, he threw a couple interceptions. But what the Bucks defense was actually able to do was
You're
shut
an
down
interception.
Ezekiel Elliott and their run game, and it had to really show whether that contract they paid, what's his name?
Cooper.
No, what's his name? Dak Prescott. See if that contract was worth it, and it was because you know he held them in there even though they lost. He showed
Come on,
that he showed he has an arm.
They just left. They gave too much time to Brady in the last minute and 30 seconds, bruh.
pretty much.
Hey, you don't do that to Brady, bruh. You saw the face on. He had the Marvel mentality face on when he
So,
was on the fucking sideline,
Dak
man.
Prescott threw for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns in his comeback, while Brady threw 2 interceptions.
This is
4
after
touchdowns,
ankle injury, right?
379. Yeah, that really bad one from last
He
year.
went in like, ugh.
Yeah, that one was really bad. So we know Tampa Bay, like you said, clock management is a big thing, especially going down towards the end. And you just don't do that. You just don't give that kind of time to Tom Brady.
Nope.
You know what I
Nope.
mean? And you know, there's something interesting that I saw last week when they were doing all these projections
Get
for
behind.
how
Get behind.
each team is going to do, and they said that the Seahawks were going to start 0-8, but they actually dominated the Colts. So that's one right there. As we heard earlier too, the start of Trevor Lawrence didn't go so hot for them. Him and the coach that came from Ohio State, they're realizing that the college is just not the same in the pro levels. You know. Another thing that we saw as well was the Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Tell us about it.
Come on, so me and Byron got this right now. The Saints, man. Yeah, you go take it from here, Byron.
I was impressed, man, by that win. I was expecting the Saints to lose.
How was last year's opener, Byron? I'm not saying you remember the score, but how was it?
I don't remember who it was
We
against.
lost though, right?
Pretty
It was the
sure.
Falcons, I feel like.
I think it was the Falcons. And, you know, as a Saints fan that's been discouraged because, you know, we've lost in the playoffs the last few years, Byron, honestly, in your assessment, how did you saw the whole game, right? Because I didn't watch the
Yesterday's
game.
game, yeah.
It was at 1, right?
Yeah,
Saints game.
130.
What was your assessment of James Winston?
That kid, he has potential, man.
Do you think he's?
They actually won their opening game last year against the Texans,
Oh shit!
but then they got smashed against the Rams next week.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. They did. They came to the Rams, huh?
Yeah, they came here to LA, I believe.
I think Byron, you went to that
Oh,
game.
yeah,
I
that's the
think
game-
that's
oh,
the
yeah.
game he broke his hand
Yeah,
actually,
he broke his finger.
and then
yeah.
that's what fucked up Drew Brees' end last season.
Yeah, what was that?
But you know what, Byron, what do you feel about Do you think the team's playing behind him, or are they gonna continue to?
Yeah, I feel like most definitely the chemistry's there.
It does
The-
feel like it's there. I just saw the post game after when they were talking to him, and the way that everybody come up, it was pretty dope to see that the Saints, they might.
They lost to the Buccaneers 2 years ago, 48-40.
How's the freaking the division looking, Byron? As far as
Everybody won except the Falcons.
They got smashed against the Eagles.
I mean,
Honestly, dude, I feel like Jameis Winston's gonna do great. I've been seeing his chemistry with Sean Payton, and that's something that Drew Brees carried on. I feel like he learned a lot just sitting out that last year.
and watching Drew Brees do his thing.
Yeah, from his pre-workouts to how he prepares, his accuracy. I'm sure he took tips from him.
And you know what? You know what I really like to see that
He took his tip from him. Is that what
Pause.
you just said?
whoa that just fucked my head up, because you're a little too
Pause.
extra with that right there, aren't you?
Pause.
Thank you, Manny. Carrying on now.
He
forgot.
learned from the sidelines. So
fucking-
what do you
I
believe the
fucking
QB
forgot,
the
bro.
new QB? What do you
just-
think he learned from Drew Brees?
I just got like
I reiterated it so you can restart again.
I got mind fucked. Pause.
You took the tip as well?
Pause. Shit. Mauricio was the gay jokes, man. Damn it. Pause.
Had to do with Winston.
Yeah, but fuck.
Winston. Hey man, he threw for 500 or five touchdowns.
Damn.
Yeah,
fuck.
you
we
had-
gotta-
148
you had
yards
a-
only, which is pretty crazy.
I really
A
forgot
brain
what I-
fart,
I
bro.
had a
And like,
massive brain
and
fart.
something that
Massive.
Byron told me that I didn't know.
I don't
Former Heisman winner.
Yep.
Oh, I know he was, but
So you got no fluke on.
fuck. What was I gonna
quarterback.
say about James Winston right now?
And
That he ate
Oh,
that W.
I think he's. This is what I was gonna say. I think he's grateful for the opportunity that he has with the Saints.
Oh hell
I
yeah.
can really see that in him.
Bro, you know why though, too, Enzo?
Why? Because he was washed.
Not
They were
even
calling
that.
him washed.
Look at what happened to the team after he left, and look who he got replaced by.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They
And
won a Super Bowl, and it's Tom Brady. So it's
Like,
like
they shit on him completely. Like, how do
Yeah,
you get this
fuck,
guy
bro.
that just comes in and then they just give him all this, and then when I was here, they didn't give me shit.
mm-hmm.
But you're not Tom Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like he
Manny,
didn't.
how do you feel about that?
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't watch NFL,
Oh my god.
but I
Turn
feel.
off his mic for this last.
Yeah.
segment,
Yeah, go ahead.
please. And then the NBA, because
And then-
he be sounding like Max Kellerman sometimes.
All right.
Hey man, before anything, bro.
So I can walk out and go home. That's what you're telling me.
Broncos won.
Oh my god. You
Take
see,
Teddy
two
two
gloves.
gloves
this is
and
why you
Shout
need
out
to
to
find
two
out so we
gloves.
can shit on this Bronco aspect of the fucking
264
podcast.
yards.
The
three
Broncos
touchdowns.
suck, bro.
Who is it? Teddy
This is
Bridgewater?
a fluke win,
two
bro.
gloves.
They took our quarterback that I wanted to keep for my team, motherfucker. First of all,
Bro, it's a fluke game.
We didn't take
bro.
him. We didn't trade him. You guys let him go.
To the
Free
Panthers.
agency, homie. You be like that.
Te cae el
Nah,
hocico.
It's a fluke
It
win,
is a
bro.
fluke win. Thank you.
The Broncos ain't gonna do
The
shit this year,
Giants,
bro.
the Giants had to win.
They
let it
still
go.
they got so many.
All of a
pieces,
sudden,
bro.
the guy that doesn't watch football has a lot to say.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just shit talking, bro.
We're just
That's all
shit
I'm
talking.
doing.
Because all I know is that Peyton Manning.
Enzo asked me
So-
to interject. So.
I would say the same
True,
thing about
true.
Manchester United in the Champions League. They ain't gonna do shit either, bro.
Ooh,
Nah,
fighting words.
It's the
that's
same
not
thing.
true.
Same thing, bro.
It's not true,
Stack
bro.
that team for nothing, bro.
Stack that team para nada.
Nah, bro. They're gonna
CR7's
make
gonna take off. Is gonna be upset and take off the jersey.
7
get another red card, bro.
RC. 7 RC.
7 RC, bro.
Damn.
it. Man,
RC7.
man, you can make it, bro.
7 RC.
Compared
see,
to the
bro.
Broncos, bro.
We'll see, bro.
7 RC.
We'll see.
But anywho,
Broncos
no,
won't
it
even
wo-
make it to the playoffs, bro.
the Raiders are winning or losing right now?
Nah, they lost, bro, because they're whack too, bro.
Whoa. Damn,
Actually
tight game. A minute 34 on the clock. I'm about to talk shit to my boy Alex. Drop out. Follow him on Instagram.
Yo, one more thing about Jameis. His last season with the Bucks, he had a really bad season.
He was terrible. He was washed. They were talking about he was one of the worst draft picks ever.
He had the same ratio with his touchdowns to his interceptions.
Yeah,
like
it was really bad. Did
He
he have
has-
any interceptions yesterday?
he had one, bro, but they
Was it your fault?
anularon. How do you say anularon? They took
Took
it
it back.
off
Oh, so it wasn't your
because
fault.
he got hit hard,
Got you.
and
So it was roughing the passer?
yeah,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
now I'm gonna talk about the team that
Ooh,
that
there was a
Manny,
flag on the play.
that Manny roots for, but he's not gonna admit
Who,
it
the
until
Rams?
they win a championship.
'Cause it's
The
LA.
Rams.
What?
Los Rams.
What is he saying?
They
Los
had their
Rams.
first game yesterday with fans, and man,
That shit was
stadium
packed.
You talking about
looks-
Stafford?
I think that shit looked like a
Talking about the Rams.
COVID.
Talking about those long passes,
that shit
bro?
looked like a COVID exposure right there. If you went to the Rams game yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
pretty much.
So
Yeah,
if you
bro.
went to the Rams game, don't
You
come
talking
to my
about those
barbershop.
weapons being used finally? What?
What weapons? Of mass destruction, the COVID?
Nah, bro.
Did they make people
that
take the
that
shot?
QB,
Shit.
bro. Using
Who?
those weapons
Oh,
finally.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Matthew. Stafford.
Oh, you know who Stafford is, huh?
I'm telling you, bro, he's a low key Rams fan. He's just waiting for
Ah,
him to have
what?
a championship so he can put on the hat.
Bruh.
What?
Manny, can me and you just acknowledge the fact that this is an LA team that we're gonna support? 'Cause
Exactly,
I'm not
'cause
gonna
I'm
support
from
the Chargers.
LA,
I'm
bro.
not gonna support the Chargers.
I'm gonna go against you guys, and I gotta go with the Chargers.
Why?
Because of his brother.
Yeah, I've been growing up seeing the Chargers.
You're a
bro.
pussy, bro.
I'm not gonna support
I'll be
either one
laughing
of
if the
them
Chargers
motherfuckers.
win it
I
first.
mean,
I'm gonna
the
go
Super
Rams
Bowl.
because the Rams were in LA before.
I
they're
dislike the
historic.
Rams.
The Chargers, get off your brother's dingaling.
They're in San Diego,
Let's
bro.
get, Herbert the pervert,
not-
bro.
they're not-
Whoa! Pause.
With the Mauricio.
What do you- Nah,
So how did
I-
the Rams do? Let me know.
No, they did great. They did
I'm not
excellent.
a-
Oh, whoa. Did I hear that from a Saints fan?
Yes.
Really
It-
great.
He said they were great.
They were, man. They looked like a Super Bowl team yesterday. All three teams
Super
were
Bowl
just
contenders,
working on
what?
all cylinders,
Special
firing all
teams and
cylinders,
everything?
Everything.
Yeah, he's finally got, like
So-
Manny said, he's
so
finally
you-
got weapons.
So you're telling me they're better than the Broncos?
Yeah.
At the moment being, yes, I would say they are.
Better than
Matthew
the
Stafford
Saints?
is actually someone that I wanted the Rams to go. I mean, I
Oh,
wanted the Broncos to go
Better than the
after.
Saints?
Damn, bro, you putting salt on
Look,
that
the-
wound, bro.
Look, bro, with the
I'll probably
Bron-
give it to the Rams a little
the
slightly.
Rams and the Saints, I would say for the most part they're
Rams.
pretty equally matched. The difference for me is just that Matthew Stafford is a more of a proven quarterback than Jameis Winston. So we don't know what we're gonna get off of a full season off of Jameis Winston.
one quick
No,
question.
he
How
didn't- he
did-
didn't really do
how-
much with the Detroit Lions over there, man.
Bro, he threw over for 4,000 yards for
Yeah, but
consecutive
they
seasons,
ain't.
bro.
What about the playoffs? That's
Yeah,
for sure,
bro.
exactly.
But what is the
But
team you had, bro?
I'm just talking about-
Now
you
he's
had
hiding weapons,
Megatron,
bro.
bruh. You had Megatron, bruh.
When he had Megatron was the only time he was making the playoffs. But
And
what
didn't
I
do
just want to
much.
say is that he's not throwing as many picks as Jameis. But what I like about Jameis is that he has Sean Payton, bro, and I think that's gonna be the determining factor. But Matthew
And he has
Stafford
arm.
also has, what's his name?
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. Thank you. And
Bro,
Sean
he's
McVay,
a coach, bro.
he's a bro, but they're the ones who make the schemes for them guys, bro. And
but the schemes are they're played by the players, bro.
And the Rams, basically better said of the QB and Matthew Stafford and his coach are already showing
Let's
great
be real,
chemistry,
Kansas
just like
is gonna win
Jameis
it.
and Sean
Payton.
Payton are. So that's why I think they can
Just like Teddy Bridgewater and who?
and
You don't even know his
So
coach.
how do you?
You don't even know his coach. Got him. What Broncos
Damn.
fan right here, yo? Look at
You've
him.
been
Go
changing so
look,
many
look it up.
coaches as of
Look it
late.
up. Look it up, bro. Look it up. Look it up. So you can memorize this for the next episode.
No, I
'cause it's
forget
gonna be a
his name.
test. It's gonna be a test. Who's the coach for the Broncos, bro? Got his ass. See, Manny, don't feel bad, bro, because he's talking about you, an undercover Rams fan, but he don't even know his head coach over there. Damn.
Damn.
The disrespect.
He's quiet,
He's
bro.
quiet as hell.
He's quiet as
Hey,
hell.
you need to know your
Camera on my brother.
to know your coach when
Bro.
he's been the same coach for like 10 years.
It is,
bro.
but when they keep changing a new coach, you should have known who the new coach is already too, because you're a Broncos fan. Like, oh shit, we got a new coach. Let's see if
And
this
that
guy.
guy's been ass as of the last.
All
couple
right,
years,
I'll
too.
give
I'm
you
not
that.
too-
If he's
I'm
that,
not
if
too-
he's that ass, you just been focused on the players, because I can give two fucks about Sean McVay.
Yeah, because Bradley Chubb didn't play this week, and then Jerry Judy got
Nah, but
injured.
for real, who's your
That
coach
shit
from the
sucks.
Broncos?
Let me double check his name. 'cause
Is
I was gonna
Vic-
say it's not. It is Vic Fangio. I was gonna say the other guy's
Where the
name.
fuck does he come from? You see,
He
that's not
was
even
the
a
former
reputable.
Bears defensive coach.
Oh, you see, this is the thing that's crazy. The NFL's in this new
Trading
era.
coaches.
No, it's a new era where all these assistant director, all these assistants are just getting the opportunity to get the positions. So all these like vets, like
was like,
Right, and that's why
fan.
honestly I didn't know who the Broncos coach was because the last good one I knew who was it, Mauricio. When they won it against when they had the best defensive team, Mike Shanahan or
No, Shanahan was after him. We're talking about he was the backup quarterback to John Elway actually, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head either. Broncos head coach.
Un cerote.
un cerote que hizo la tiro.
Que supo hacer el desvergue.
Exacto. Pero solo un poquito porque no ganamos mucho.
Gary Kubiak. There we go.
Mm.
Kubiak.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Then before
So
that,
here's my question. Was Maury a Broncos fan prior to them winning the bowl or after the bowl?
Marty was a fan of the Broncos once Eli Manning got there. Peyton Manning got there. That's all.
So he was a Colts fan before that.
He was a Colts fan. He was a Peyton
Yeah.
Manning fan.
So he's a Colts fan before that.
well, let's say the whole context. Peyton Manning got an injury,
And then he got
and they cut him, and they had the shittiest season. I was watching the Colts that whole season, but that was the same season that Tim Tebow was coming up, so I was watching them too. And then I remember that miracle in Mile High that he threw against the Steelers
Steelers.
in the postseason.
It's an OT game. I mean, no team, right?
Yeah. So it was a really that's what started getting me again with the Broncos, and then they cut him, and then they got
Peyton.
no they got the draft pick, and they went after the top draft pick, and it was a guy that actually just retired from the Colts like not too long ago.
Oh, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, there we go.
Yeah, he
And
was
when I
good
saw Andrew
too.
Luck, I was like, yeah, he's a big dude, but I'm not convinced by this guy.
And the Raiders are about to lose with 8 seconds on the clock. I'm sorry,
And-
Alex.
And that's something that I didn't like about how the coaches let him go like that, especially after he had led you to 2 Super Bowls, won one.
It's their ball, bro. What do you
You're gonna
mean?
kick a field goal, Enzo.
You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
bro.
And
Yeah,
so
but
then he gets the opportunity
they
to go
could
to
get
the
it blocked.
Broncos, and I was like, fuck yeah, man, this team was balling last season. Let me see what he does with this team. And I remember that first season, actually, they played against the Saints, one of my favorite games.
Mm.
Broncos Saints, great game.
There it is. He scored the points,
Broncos
bro.
won that game.
it's a tie game going
Yeah.
overtime.
And just so you know, Manny, I stuck through them because they went up to the Super Bowl up against the Seahawks. And that year, bro, Peyton Manning was the shit, bro. Had the most touchdowns in that season, 55 touchdowns in one season. And they completely
I've
shit
said,
that.
I've said it in the
Yep, in the Super Bowl.
in the past, bro.
They
That I
completely
did go for the
shit it.
Colts when Peyton Manning was there, bro.
Completely shitted it, bro. So, man, and then whenever they won it, it was him riding the defense. But I always say, if it wasn't for Manning coming back at the end of the season after his injury and beating the Chargers, we would not have gotten the place that they had to go on that run and be first place, get a bye week, and all those things. So, shout out to Peyton Manning. I'm watching right now doing the special commentary for the Monday Night Football. And we have a tie game between the Baltimore Ravens
Right,
and the
who's
Raiders.
Davis with right there? Who's that guy?
Russell Wilson.
Is that who that is?
Here in the middle?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
green
that-
shirt, Russell
they're-
Wilson.
Yeah, they'd be having guests on it. So they already had Charles Barkley. They had Ray Lewis.
No, I wasn't talking about
Russell
that.
Wilson.
I'm talking about the guy that
A white
Davis,
old guy.
Davis was standing next to.
With the suit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the owner of the Raiders.
No, I know
Just
that.
like
Who's
black
that
guy? I
guy?
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no
It looks
idea.
like a former NFL player.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It could
But
just
that's
be a
basically what happened
guess.
for week 1
Yo,
of the NFL
real quick, how
season.
did that Rams defense do? Did they at least get like a turnover or?
Oh damn!
I'm not too sure, but they held them to
You're trying to
14
give more
points.
props to the Rams. That's all I'm hearing, sir.
So-
I just want to compare the defense with ours.
I mean, your defense completely just. But you know what? Just before we go on to the next thing, Aaron Rodgers. The reason I feel like he sucks so bad is because he spent the whole offseason like worrying about where he was gonna play, and I get it. But if he was gonna be you're gonna come back, and you knew that, like you should have gone to
At least the
mandatory
preseason games.
OTAs, preseason, mini camp. It just shows that he has no chemistry with his team. That's really what happened.
It
If I
looked-
feel like, if I'm
Nah,
being
bro.
honest.
He's trying to get traded.
I mean, it's possible.
It looked dysfunctional.
He's trying to
Completely.
get traded, bro. That's the way I see it, bro. It's like I wanted to leave. You didn't want to allow me to leave. Well, I'm going to just lower my value. Trade me somewhere else, and then I'll perform miracles.
It's possible. Blake Griffin was
You heard it
claiming all
here,
these injuries
folks.
and saying he couldn't dunk anymore, and then he goes to the Brooklyn Nets and he's like Lob City again.
Facts.
So I mean, it's possible. And since we're talking about the NBA real quick, the Lakers officially have DeAndre Jordan.
And traded Paul Gasol. I mean Marcus Gasol.
How you guys feel about that?
That's fucked up.
was like, Paul Gasol.
You got cash.
I
you
mean-
got cash for it.
I mean,
we got
really,
draft picks.
in reality, that's what we did too because we got we got we traded Marcus All initially to get Paul. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, we did.
So we just gave him back to them again.
What would you say, Enzo? Have you looked into that Asian player that we have the draft rights to?
I have not.
He's
'Cause
playing in
I-
China.
I don't think that the Lakers do anything without calculation. You know?
Nah, he's playing in China.
That must be someone that, that
We
he's-
own his rights if he decides to play in the NBA, but he plays in China.
no doubt. But the Lakers don't just make a move with
He's a
on
center.
purpose. That guy must have some value because right now the way that the Lakers are moving, man, they're not just looking at, especially since they have these three juggernauts. In,
I
in
mean,
the squad right
he's
now.
a young kid.
They're
so,
looking at
like I told you.
looking for talent that isn't gonna cost them money or draft picks. It's gonna be like how we got Alex Caruso, you know, and even like THT and these guys that they're gonna develop in other areas and in the G League, but they're gems, you know, and they're gonna be NBA talent. You just gotta give them some time. So I just feel like Rob Pelinka and whoever's in the scouting department, they're moving purposefully when it comes to that. That's why I just was
like I
curious
said,
if Enzo
center
had looked
playing
him
in
up at all.
China. He's still young, but if he does decide to come to the NBA, Lakers got first dibs. I mean, that's what that was.
pretty much.
But we gave up a second-round pick as well.
Wait, we gave up a second round pick?
Mm-hmm.
I think we gained a second round pick actually from it.
Did we gain or we
I don't
lost?
know.
That's what I
Correct it.
saw.
I believe we lost. Because we also gave money as well.
Oh
I
yeah,
think we,
so it was a 2024
Yeah, we gave up a
Second-round
second round pick.
and
Yeah.
cash to agree
Exactly.
draft rights to win
And
this
then what
league.
we got back, because when you do a trade, you need to get something back, is the rights of that guy,
who is that guy? Might as well look him up.
the
My
Asian guy.
question is, they saved $10 million that deal. Is that
Exactly.
how much
Tho-
we're paying?
that's for the luxury tax.
Is that how much we were paying Marcus All?
I don't know. Look up the Wang guy before he wangs you.
Big Wang.
Pause.
Center.
Big Wang.
Center. Probably has like 5 more years, bro.
Bro,
51 points, 13 rebounds.
these
Damn.
guys in China come to the Lakers and don't do nothing though. Remember we had that one guy that got the championship for nothing?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Was that 2009, right?
Yeah. Yee. His name was Yee.
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 So yeah, he averages 25.7 points per game, 13 rebounds.
Yeah, all in the post.
51 and 13 points. That's crazy. I mean, 51 points and 13 rebounds. Yeah, he's gonna not make it here for sure. So we have one more roster spot.
Oh,
I
I
feel
think they're gonna give it to Adam Silver. I mean to Adam Sandler. Lakers.
Hell no.
Adam Silver, I'm like the commissioner.
Adam Sandler, bro. not Adam Sandler. They don't get
I
it.
was like the commissioner of the NBA.
Well, actually, yeah, he did get a spot in the front office for the
Oh
Lakers.
my
'cause
god, dude!
all these moves we're getting, god damn it. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. They just giving us all these moves. Got a whole all-star team out there.
Oh man, that's
2009.
hilarious.
Hey, bro. We still got an all-star team there. All right?
Have you bought 2K22?
Yes, I about to tell you that's why I was late today.
Yeah, so
Where'd you go buy
I,
it?
I wonder.
I don't buy the physicals anymore. I just
Just
buy
download it?
I just
You're
download
gonna,
it.
you're gonna gut your memory even more.
No, that's why I don't want to say it.
An extra hard
I'll say it
drive.
off. I'll say it
Yes,
off.
an extra hard drive. Exactly. Yes,
Exactly, that's why I have an
Yeah,
extra.
an
hard
extra
drive.
hard drive.
So
That's
I have
what you
one
do.
specifically just for like.
Do you know if this is one of those games that if I buy it for PS4, it'll translate to PS5?
So check this out. I had to look that up before the game out, but so I would say this is where they get you because the standard edition. I think if you buy there's a specific standard edition that is like the standard edition for PS4, and then there's standard edition for PS5, and then they sell you another one that's a standard edition cross-gen bundle, which gives you the one that you can download for
Both.
both. So I got that one. That
How
one's
much is that?
That one's 75. The other
Mm.
one's 69.
See, I might do that because I want to play it here.
Exactly. That's why I did that too, because I have the PS4 at the shop, and I'm gonna just do that because we've been playing on Xbox. But that's the other thing. I don't know if I'm gonna get it for my Xbox because I like the Xbox too. Like, but I just like the graphics better on the PS5.
Yeah, so
'Cause
don't
I
get
have
it
a
for Xbox.
monitor.
For
Nah, but
me,
it's because at the shop, everybody, like, all the barbers and
don't
the
you have a
clients.
PS4 at the shop though?
Yeah, but I have both.
So then
You know me, bro.
He,
Have them
want-
fun-
he
have
wants
them-
everybody to be
you
able
said
to
the
play.
barbers at the shop like it.
Yeah, they like
Have them
Xbox.
fundraise for a 2K22 Xbox.
Fundraise.
You know what I'm saying? But
You
I like,
provided the PS4 version. They haven't provided the other one. Shit.
yeah, you know me.
I feel you.
But yeah, man.
Brody fitting in. They're talking about that. Him and Jordan Clarkson look like twins.
I don't know. Okay, so can I read you guys something?
Yes.
Read it.
Because this is something that now I kind of change. Not to say that I'm gonna do this, because I'm not.
You don't want to wear a skirt?
I'm not gonna wear a
Oh,
skirt.
you're bringing up that people back then wore robes and they were like,
yes.
Yeah,
well,
bro.
like, well, not.
You look at the Romans. You look at any culture,
well,
bro.
yes,
We
the
used
thing-
to,
the thing is
that's-
that
was fashion back
It
then.
was a genderless fashion before, right? A long dress or a long.
Well, the thing was that women wore the long dress. Guys wore the ones that went up to the knee.
Nah, bro. Even in like when Jesus was walking, it was like it was long robes.
Mhm.
It was not to your knees. It was just long, like in those times.
No,
Like
but
now the
it
Romans
depends,
and the Germans,
Romans,
they
yeah.
started
Yeah.
cutting it short. But I'm talking about
You need that
we're
room,
talking
bro, that
about
leg space, bro.
look, yeah, but even back then, like
It's
you
healthier,
see,
actually.
You see the Saudis they
Wearing pants is very unhealthy.
Saudis still like that the Middle East, they still wear these long
Yeah,
robes.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just a part of the culture. It's just the fact that America is a different time now, and it's also like we're such of like the Yankee is such a like macho type of thing too. That
I
like
guess.
it is like, bro, we're like the strongest country in the world type shit. Where it's like, you know. But I personally just, to me, to a basketball player to be the one that does that, it's kind of weird. 'Cause like,
No, he just likes fashion. He likes Fashion Week, so
yeah, but that's
he's
that's
gonna
crazy.
do that.
That's just wild.
I mean, he had his hair colored blue for that.
Mm-hmm.
Today he had stars for the Met Gala.
Oh, he was at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Clarkson was doing the same thing. Would you see LeBron rocking that?
I mean, if he did it, I wouldn't be shocked, but I just don't see him
D
doing
Wade
it.
did it already. And LeBron James has rocked a dress before for a commercial, Progressive.
All right, there you go. And if
But-
you already seen him, he's probably willing to do.
But that was
something
his Miami Heat days. That was when he sold his soul to win that first championship. I'm just kidding. Nah, 'cause it's crazy, bro. Like, it's like I always go take it back to the Dave Chappelle thing. Like, you know, you want to.
Oh, no,
you want to
he-
get
he-
real
Dave
big.
Chappelle.
Yeah, he
Effect.
said
You gotta put a dress on.
Yeah.
For the world.
if
You know?
you gotta, it's a way to
And it's just
demasculate
Just
you.
ironically, I mean, DeAndre Jordan did that.
Emasculate,
You know,
yeah.
all these guys did that for state. Why do they do it for insurance companies though? That's
I
the
don't
question. Like
You're
Progressive,
breaking the bag, bro.
State Farm. It's like, ooh, Raiders just won their first game of the game.
You know what's funny? At the beginning of this game, the fans were so loud in Vegas that the Raiders quarterback Derek Carr
Ooh.
was quieting the fans.
Really? Because he
Yeah, I
couldn't
mean,
hear.
They haven't played with fans for a whole year, so yeah, they were like they couldn't hear. He was like, usually, like, you know, it's the defense going like, yeah, say more noise, so, you know. But the Derek Carr was like, shut up, fans, shut up, Raider fans, you guys are too drunk, shut up. Couldn't hear.
Is it still considered a black hole there, or was that just
I
on
mean, if you
Oakland?
look at it from space,
It
it
looks
looks
like a
black
big. No, it looks like a big toilet.
No, I
Black
mean
hole.
like back then when they played in Oakland, they called
They
it.
called it Enzo. They just won their first game. Raiders
Yeah,
Stadium.
just called it. Yep. That's
Yeah,
dope.
he called it before.
You know what? I used to be a Raiders fan when
He's
Jerry
down
Rice was
right
on
there.
there, so I've had a lot of teams in the.
But it's where the ball
when I was a
lands in that
kid.
case.
I didn't know who I was a fan of.
He's down right there,
But the ball.
The
but it's not
ball,
crossing
bro.
the pie line.
No, I know, but if the ball,
It's a win, bro. It's already a
if
win.
the ball crosses that,
Oh,
But his-
shit, they
but
didn't
his
call it a win,
knees,
bro?
it's
But
under
he-
official review right
It
now.
went to final now to what OT7 left on the clock.
And that angle to me looked like it's not a touchdown.
His knees, bro.
But it's where the ball lands.
They're gonna have to run that
but
play
on that
again.
angle, bro, on that angle, bro, on that angle, bro,
It's where the ball lands.
on that, bro.
But
Look
his
at
knees,
Eli.
bro.
Eli looking over there, lost. Like, what the hell was going
They're
on?
they're gonna run that play again, bro. They're gonna be like, all right, gotta run it from where the knees were.
Yeah, 'cause they put
Yeah,
the clock
true.
back on there.
Yeah,
And then John Gruden looks like, what the hell's going on?
yeah, exactly. He
John-
already feels it, bro.
John Gruden looks weird out here now.
They're trying to clear everybody off the
Jackie.
field. Check.
You gonna play it again?
Yeah.
want to see what they say.
All right, you guys.
Thank you very much for joining us.
You guys
Have a
have a
good
good one. Go
one.
Lakers.
Peace.